Lagos is a city of love, money, and deception. A city where sweet promises are whispered in candlelit restaurants, where affairs hide in shadows, and where love and betrayal go hand in hand. I should know. Because I was the fool who believed in love. I met Dapo in the most unexpected way, inside Lagos traffic. It was one of those frustrating Monday mornings. The sun was hot, the road was blocked, and my car chose that exact moment to break down. I was already sweating and cursing under my breath when a sleek black Range Rover stopped beside me. A tall, dark, handsome man stepped out. "Need some help?" he asked, flashing a charming smile. I was irritated, tired, but something about him made me pause. "Unless you know how to fix a car, I don't think you can help." He laughed. "I might not, but I can get my mechanic here in 5 minutes." And just like that, he did. While we waited, we talked. His name was Dapo, a businessman who walked between Lagos and Abuja. He was charming, funny, and confident. By the time my car was fixed, he had my number, and I had butterflies in my stomach. That was the beginning of everything. Dapo was the kind of man every Lagos girl dreamed of. He took me on romantic dinner dates, sent me flowers at work, and texted me "Good morning, my love" every single day. When he introduced me to his friends, they welcomed me warmly. "Dapo has never been this serious about anyone before," they said, making me feel special. Soon, he met my family, and my mother adored him. "Amaka, this one is a good man. Marry him," she always said. And so, we did. Our wedding was beautiful, big, glamorous, and filled with love. As I walked down the aisle, I felt like the luckiest woman in the world. "I promise to love you forever, Amaka," Dapo whispered as he slid the ring onto my finger. I believed him. I believed in us. Marriage was everything I had hoped for. Dapo was a dream husband, thoughtful, caring, romantic. We moved into a beautiful house in Ikoyi, traveled to Paris for our honeymoon, and spent our nights wrapped in each other's arms. I would wake up to breakfast in bed, love notes on my pillow, and random gifts just because he wanted to make me smile. People envied our love. "God, when," my friends always said. I laughed, thinking I had one in love. But Lagos has a way of hiding the truth until it's ready to destroy you. At first, they were small things. Late night calls that he ignored. Sudden trips to Abuja. Days when he would be distant, distracted. One evening, we were watching a movie in our living room when his phone rang. He picked it up, walked to the balcony, and spoke in hushed tones. When he came back, I asked, "Who was that?" He smiled. "Work." But my spirit was restless. Then one day, while I was in the kitchen doing the dishes, I stumbled upon something that caught my attention. His phone, which he had left with me in the kitchen, suddenly flashed, revealing a message with a name that made my heart skip a beat, my Queen Red Heart. As the story unfolds, we can't help but ask, who is my queen and what is her relationship with Dapo? Will Amaka discover the truth about Dapo's infidelity, and how will it affect their marriage? Let's continue to find out. It wasn't me. I told myself not to overthink. Maybe it was his sister. Maybe it was a joke. But Lagos women know better. The next weekend, Dapo told me he was traveling for work. But my gut told me to check. So I did something crazy, I tracked his location. And what I found broke me. He wasn't in Abuja. He was in a luxury apartment in Victoria Island. I drove there, my hands shaking the whole time. When I arrived, I waited. And then, I saw them. Dapo and her. She was stunning, tall, light-skinned, with long curly hair. She wore a tight red dress and heels. She ran into his arms, and they kissed. I felt my chest tighten. I should have left. I should have walked away. But heartbreak does something to you, it makes you reckless. I stepped out of my car and walked straight to them. Dapo, I called. He froze. The woman turned to me. Who is this? She asked, confused. I looked at him, waiting for an explanation. But he said nothing. Who am I? I repeated, my voice shaking. Dapo, tell her. She frowned. Wait. You're Amaka. My head snapped towards her. You know me? She nodded slowly. Of course, I do. Then she turned to Dapo. You told me she was just your asterisk cousin. Asterisk. I swear my soul left my body at that moment. His what? I whispered. She scoffed. You didn't know. We've been engaged for 6 months. I couldn't breathe. I turned to Dapo, my eyes burning with tears. Tell me she's lying. But he just stood there, his face blank. And that was all the answer I needed. That night, I packed my things and left. For the first few weeks, I was a mess. I stayed in my parents' house in Suralere, barely eating, barely sleeping. I blocked Dapo's number, ignored his messages, and avoided anyone who reminded me of him. Amaka's world is turned upside down. Do you think she made the right move? Will she ever forgive Dapo? What do you think? I thought my life was over. But Lagos doesn't stop moving for a broken heart. One evening, my best friend Kemi dragged me to a wedding. Amaka, you need to stop locking yourself inside. You're still young, beautiful, and smart. Come out and have fun, she said. I wasn't in the mood, but I went. And that was the night I met Toby Ikena. Toby was different from Dapo. He wasn't flashy, he wasn't overly charming. He was just real. We met at the cocktail bar. He smiled and said, "You look like you'd rather be anywhere but here." I laughed. You're not wrong. We started talking, and something about him felt safe. No games, no pretending. Just good conversation. That night, he asked for my number. And for the first time in months, I didn't feel afraid. Toby didn't rush me. He let me heal at my own pace. He listened when I wanted to talk, made me laugh when I wanted to cry. He showed me that love didn't have to be painful. Within a year, we were married. Now, as I sit in our home in Lekki, watching our 2-year-old son run around the living room, I can't help but smile. I look at Toby, my husband, my best friend, the father of my child. I think about Dapo sometimes, but not with pain, just gratitude. If he hadn't betrayed me, I wouldn't have found this happiness. Lagos took something from me, but it also gave me something better. And this time, it was real love. Did Amaka move on too quickly, or did she deserve a second chance at love? Can you ever truly forgive someone who broke your heart? What do you think? Drop your comments below, let's discuss. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay updated on our captivating African stories. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thank you.